Well, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Reality Room Podcast with Paul and Nate, bringing you
Yo.
bringing you the latest on Survivor, Millennials versus Gen X. Been a crazy season so far. I don't remember what episode we're on. Do you remember what
It's
episode?
Who cares? This season's great.
Yeah, I know it's pretty late in the season, so it's one of those later episodes. It'll be in the episode. It'll be
Like
in
this,
the description or whatever.
this is probably one of the hands down best original cast seasons we've had. So oh my gosh.
I'm just
Like,
glad we all get to see it and just.
it's
And
beautiful.
and some people are coming back, like you mentioned. So
Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll bring up Zeke and discuss how he changed the game.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So let's jump into the previous episode. So they went to Rocks. Jessica was sent out. So the immediate aftermath of that, it seems pretty tense at camp. David's like assuring Hannah basically, like, listen, you made the right choice because X, Y, and Z or whatever. Like, it's not your
Yeah.
fault, Hannah, or whatever. But you have the people on the other side. They're basically like Brett saying, well, he was trying to hedge his bets, and he failed, basically.
Yeah.
So, based on like David's position right now, and at this point, and even towards the end of the episode, just talk about how you think his position is at this point and after the results of the episode.
David went way down after the episode, and now he's higher in terms of where he's going. Ken is now probably the worst player left, especially after the other night. But yeah, David is making up some ground. He's making some other relations with the other side, namely in Will, which is interesting. And now that Zeke's gone, I think that Zeke's former alliance is a little bit up for game as well. So he could maybe talk to Sunday. He could talk to Will. I don't think he's got any chance with Jay or Brett, but I think those two would probably be willing to talk game.
It's going to be a big, definitely going to be a big power grab coming up for next episode, and I'm really excited to see where everyone lies because Will's still in that position where he doesn't think he's whatever. But we'll get the thoughts on that. So basically, what happens is. And this happens very early on in the episode, like almost surprisingly so. And we'll get to the family visit after we talk about Will. So as you predicted last episode, Will is in the power position this episode, and you were 100% correct. This episode was almost entirely about 50. I would say 50% Will,
50% Will's decision. Yeah.
Yeah, half Will's decision and half Adam and his family situation. So Will goes up to Dave. Basically, and he's like, listen, we need to get Zeke out. And Dave's like, holy shit, yay, this is like the best thing ever. Do you think that's a good decision on Will's part, or do you think that he should have just stayed the path?
The thing is, Jay is the idol, and I think Jay would be willing to play it on Will if it came to it. I don't know how good of a play that is, and I think we'll just see we'll see next episode based off of what our preview was. Will's looking like he might want to try to just take the power position for himself. But it had the potential of doing good until Ken screwed him up the butt. So it was just
it seemed like it was good, and then just Ken just ruins everything.
Yeah, and
for no reason.
Regardless, for no reason. And I can understand where Ken was thinking. Ken doesn't completely trust Will, and he wants to be able to trust him. And Will, he knows Will's on the other side. He knows Will has good relations with the other side, so he doesn't know if he can take Will's word for granted. So he's on the bottom. He figures he has nothing to lose. But at the same time, regardless, with a grain of salt, keep it to yourself and then use it during the next round because you don't know where Will's head's at. You think that he might not be with them, but he could also be with you. So it's
I mean, I guess in Ken's mind, to defend Ken a little bit, I think the only thing that he was worried about was that Will told Ken that he was the one that was going to be voted out, and Ken probably overthought it a little bit. He's probably like, well, can I trust him? Well, let me just direct it towards them. Maybe they'll tell me, or I just want to say one thing here, and this is not what happened at all. But if Ken had the thought process of, okay, well, they might not be voting out David because they think he has an idol. So let me just tell the other side, hey, I heard that you're voting me out, and then they know not to vote him out. But that's too smart of a play, and I know he didn't do that. But that would have been cool if he did.
It would be great if he did that, but I think Ken's just way too honest of a person, and it's just like like I think they would have figured out eventually that Will had flipped. And like Will eventually did flip back, so it's murky water. Like we don't know exactly like what Ken would have done had he been smarter in that situation, how he would have been able to necessarily pull that off. I don't think he could have, just because people know he's a straight shooter, and had they asked him who told him, he probably would have told them anyway. So I think Will was going to get screwed over, and I think the fact that it happened earlier, it benefited Will more in that situation rather than later.
That's fair, but then maybe at that point Adam would have still had his idol, which is probably better for it was better for everyone else, honestly. So I guess in the long run, I guess it might. We don't know about long run, but I guess in the short run, I guess it helped Will that it came out early, like you said. And we did get to flush out another idol. Well, not flush, but you know what I mean. Basically get rid of one that we didn't expect, by the way. But let's talk about one thing I want to talk about, jumping away from Will. I don't want to talk about the family visit too much. It doesn't have a lot to do with gameplay. If you want to talk about it, that's up to you. But what I want to talk about with that regarding that aspect is, one, Adam decides not to use his power to steal the loved one's visit, which reinstates trust with a lot of the tribe, especially Jay. Exactly. Yeah. So Jay and Adam's relationship right now, they're still on opposite sides, but they're not like the head position in their alliance.
Yeah, they don't hate each other, I think, anymore. I think they just gained a lot of mutual respect for each other after the family visit. And I think that showed when Adam gave him the reward, whatever, the advantage. And honestly, like, that was a great move by Adam. In all honesty, like that, like, one, he gains respect from Jay. So if Jay if Jay uses the thing, like, it doesn't matter, it doesn't look bad on him. But no one else knows that Jay has this advantage as far as we know. Right. And Adam could, if he wanted to get rid of Jay, he could be like, let's flip it on Jay. He has a reward advantage. He will use it. I think he would use it over me at any point in time. And that's why I gave it to him. And if he doesn't use it and Jay gets voted out before he can use it, and Adam's in the final three, I think Adam has Jay's vote unless there's a better option from Jay's side. So like Will or Brett.
Right. And what's interesting about this is that it is such a good move for him to give him the advantage, and it's also an honest move. It's like he wasn't even thinking about it in like a game sense. He's just like, listen, I just want to from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and this is the only way that I can do that. But it's actually going to help his game demonstrably so, because it's going to leave the option open, because there is kind of going to be a power grab next coming Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Adam and Jay having a good relationship could put them together.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if they would be willing necessarily working together. I think that in terms of how they want to play the game, it's just not going to work out. I think Jay's more like strategically erratic, whereas Adam's more socially erratic with his decisions. Adam's more willing to like throw people under the bus, whereas Jay is more willing to just make a big move for the sake of a big move. So like those don't necessarily line up with where they want to be. And so I don't really see them working together at all. Adam Jay, they played the other night very well. Both of them. Like Jay, if you're buying stock, buy stock on Jay and Adam, because they're shooting up.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And I don't know if you saw the scene for the next episode. Did you see the scene for the next episode?
I saw part of it where it's like showing Will, but
yeah, they were showing Will, and Adam was talking about, Will's taking the power position now, but I don't like this.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know what's gonna happen with that particular thing. But yeah, Adam and Jay, they're definitely in a better position than they were, but showing that scene, and there might be a little animosity, and maybe something that Adam says gets back to Will, and maybe it flips the script, and doesn't have an idol anymore. So one thing that Adam is now after last episode is a lot more vulnerable.
Yeah. And he's a very easy target as well, because like even more so than David, I would argue, because David misplayed his idol. Yes, he played it for someone else, and that can go a long way, but he still misplayed it, so he looks like stupid. And short term, that's bad. But now that he survived the aftermath of it all, long term, that's great for David. They underestimate him again, and that's going to really help him go forward.
Right, he doesn't look like a mastermind anymore. It just looks like, okay, well, even I can make mistakes, and I'm not the big, the big shot at the end of this.
Exactly. But
and they didn't even try to get him out.
Yeah, exactly. And Adam, on the other hand, looks like a freaking genius, and it's the most recent idol play. So it's like, and he played it correctly. So yeah, I think Adam could have some potential of going home sooner rather than later. But honestly, I think prediction-wise, I think Jay and Adam, based off of their edits so far, I think we're looking at a Jay versus Adam final. Honestly,
that would be so cool. Honestly,
Honestly, I would not be disappointed with that. I think it would have been more interesting to see Zeke and David in the end and just see them duke it out, but that was never going to happen.
Right, and the thing with those two, it's just like, I like them both personally, but they had such a power position in their respective alliance that I don't even think there's any way, well, maybe David at this point, because of he's not looking at Yvonne anymore, but I don't think there's any way we were ever going to get the two of them. There's no way. They were always each other's targets, and they always had their alliances like by like the
very
throat.
firm. Yeah. And so and I think David is he was more kind towards the alliance, which is I think is why his alliance is still sticking together, rather than what you're seeing from Zeke's alliance, where you're seeing more people breaking off from each other, like Will.
And the issue with Zeke was that it was based on Zeke's relationships with them. It wasn't based on their individual relationships with each other. Like Jay and Will, they have no loyalty to Brett and Sunday. Well, at least Will doesn't. Jay has a little more, but
but and then on David's side, I mean, Hannah and Ken are really close. Adam and Hannah are really close now. All three of them just adore David, so it's just like they're going to stick together even if David goes. So I think we might be seeing another tie tonight, to be honest. Not tonight, in the next
Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday.
I mean, it'd be so. Oh my god, that'd be so cool.
If we go to Rocks again, that would be dumb.
I don't think we would. Okay, this is the only way I think we go to Rocks. They do the vote, and then two people switch back because they both get so paranoid because they don't want to leave.
Exactly.
That's how it's gonna be. It's just gonna be so funny, so stupid like that.
It'd be 4 votes for Will and 4 votes for Adam, and then who does it? I think Sunday and probably not David, or probably Hannah get sketched out and they flip.
Yeah, exactly. And then oh my god. I just hope this communication, or actually I don't hope this communication because I want that to happen. So whatever. Yeah. All right, let's jump into the challenge. So they had to I don't know exactly how this kind of contraption works, but you have to hold this thing and prevent this.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Push me, pull you. They used it in Survivor Nicaragua for the first time they ever did the challenge. It's a very interesting challenge because the first time they did it, they made it so that one woman and one man could win it, and honestly, I think a woman might have won the challenge. Because even though because Jane, who was on that season, even after she won, she kept going. She was just oh yeah, I just want to beat all of them, and specifically she wanted to beat Marty, but she still lasted just as long as the guy who won, and if she had gone longer, she might have won as well. But yeah, it was interesting to see. I think it was harder for them to do that for this season because there's only 2 girls left. But
yeah, that'd be a little biased.
Yeah, so who knows? I Jay winning though. Jay is slowly putting a target on his back. Although his surfer boy attitude is kind of helping that mentality a little bit.
Right.
But if he wins 3 or 4 challenges, he's not going to make it to the end.
Definitely, because And also, if he ends up stealing a reward, because people are going to say, "Well, fuck him," because he's winning challenges and he
Yeah.
steals a reward.
Yeah.
Like it has to be coupled with something.
And he's an idol that everyone knows about. So
Yeah, and he still has an idol.
yeah.
Oh my god, I forgot how good of a position he's in. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Final two,
he's in a
possibly.
strong position. The problem is everyone knows he has the idol, but no one seems concerned about it. That's the crazy thing.
I know, and that's so bizarre. And maybe we'll see something next episode
Yeah,
regarding
we need to
with
save
Will.
Will. Yeah.
Yeah,
Who knows?
but I don't think Adam would be that would do it like that because he knows he has an idol. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of talking next episode. So we'll see if an idol gets played correctly,
Yeah.
if it's even played. All right, so we do have the winner of that, and it was Jay, right?
Yes, Jay won again. And now we know that he's good with endurance challenges as well as puzzle challenges, which
And that's 3 in a row that he won. Or was that 4?
I think that was, I don't know, that was 2 total that he won, I think. Yeah,
I
I think
think
he's won 2. I'm
I
pretty
think
sure.
I think he won the one the one for the double elimination or whatever. Well, not
Yeah,
really
and then
double
he won
elimination, but
one the other night. Hold on, I'm checking. I'm looking it
so
up just to make
so
sure that we're right.
so that's 2 in a row for safety and 1 in a row for reward. So that's 3, I think.
Yeah.
Unless he won the reward too, but I think it was might have been a team challenge.
I'm trying to look it up.
I believe it was David, then Jay, then Jay, then Jay.
Yeah.
Regarding okay, well David, then Jay for that, but
Yeah.
Jay also won the reward.
Yeah, he won the reward. Yeah.
So that's 3. That's 3 competitions in a row, which is pretty impressive. 3 challenges in a row, rather. Not bad.
Okay. Oh, I found it. Okay. Let's see here. Adam. No, Adam won the push me pull you. My bad.
Oh, right, Adam won. Oh,
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, that's right. Adam won that.
Sorry,
Which
viewers.
yeah, Jay got in second, and like we didn't think about Adam because we don't think Adam can win a challenge. But
Right.
like he's been close for a while, and he finally won one. So yeah, Will
Yeah, he always
won,
does
then
well.
Ken won, then David, then Jay, then Adam. So
Right. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So Jay doesn't look as good as we thought he did, but
No.
again, we're kind of coupling those
As
two
bad,
together.
as bad, yeah.
Yeah, we're coupling those two together because because they're both looking really good.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into after the challenge. So Adam wins safety for himself. Yay, go Adam. After that episode, you honestly you have to support him. Like you know, he's he's having a rough
I've
time.
been supporting Adam for a while. I thought he was gonna do good, but like Adam is. I think Adam's in a decent position with his allies, but he's in a bad position with his enemies. I think
Awful position, but he did rekindle with Jay, and that's lucky. But
that's lucky.
With
The
Glenn
idol
Sunday,
didn't help relations there either.
It definitely did not. But at least it wasn't like a Will going.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
but yeah, like when he pulled that idol out of his crotch, I couldn't like. He's like, oh, I couldn't hide it anywhere else. I'm like, you can like put it on your shoulder. You can like wear it around your neck. You're wearing like a turtleneck there, bud. Like,
yeah, I know. Well, is what it is. He's probably just so paranoid about it. He's probably like, okay, I don't want anyone to find out like at all, so I'm just gonna put it on my crotch, and he's just like looking.
And then like, I feel like there was a shot in there where someone was just like, I think that did look bigger than normal.
Oh boy, and Jeff's just like, all right, just give it to me.
Yeah, like Adam wasn't sure if he actually wanted to touch it. Like,
Just like, I don't give a fuck. Just give it to me. Come on, this is a real idol. Okay, who are you using it?
I can wash my hands later. It's okay.
All right, so let's talk about Ken's little bad situation. So everyone basically aware of the plan, and also Zeke and his allies kind of get wind of something going amiss because they kind of see that the other side's not being paranoid at all. They're like, oh, well, what do they have under their sleeves? Maybe it's an idol, and that's why they consider voting out Ken, which kind of starts this whole shebang. And Will is like, okay, we're still going after Zeke to David and his allies. And then Ken's like, hey, well, I want to talk to you one-on-one. And Will's like, this is torture. Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's just like Ken, like, I don't think Ken really gets how people perceive him. I think he has this image of himself and he's trying to hold to that image, and it kind of irks people the wrong way because they're like, no, you're actually like this is how we perceive you. You're not as like smart, or you're not as like, or just overall intelligent as you think you are. So it's
Right.
just like, yeah,
They
even
just see him
like,
as like an attractive guy.
yeah, like Ken is like, he is intelligent. He's just not Survivor intelligent.
Right,
So
right.
it's very hard.
Survivor gameplay intelligent. Definitely
Yeah.
Survivor
Oh,
intelligent.
survival. Yeah, survival intelligence.
Yeah.
Survivor, no. um,
Yeah, I'm sure he'll. I mean, if they ever brought him back, he wouldn't change at all. Like, I think he would just still
no.
play the same.
I could see him coming back in like a heroes versus villain situation as a hero very easily. But
That's fair.
yeah. And I don't think people would care if he came back or not, to be honest. Like I think
No,
there's
I
some
don't think
people,
so.
like I wouldn't mind seeing him again. I think there might be some other people that might, from this season in particular, that we might want to see back over him, like Adam or David, but
Yeah, I agree with that. Depending on where they place.
yeah.
Well, even if they place well,
Yeah,
I
like
guess
David played
that's
his idol
pretty
twice
president.
on two people other than himself, and Adam did the same thing. And Adam had like, he's had this whole storyline of his mom and his family struggles. So like we're probably gonna see them again.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully so, because they were both good players. Well, we'll see
Oh
how
yeah.
they do in with
Yeah.
different people.
Yeah.
Um, which I assume they would probably bring them back with the season with multiple past
Yeah.
players. So let's get to Ken. Will tells Ken that they were basically going to vote him out that night, and then we have Ken. I forgot who he confronted about it. Was it? Did he confront Zeke or was it Sunday or
He
something?
just straight up told Will's rest of the alliance.
He
He's like,
told
yeah,
them
so Will
all.
told me I was the target, and it was just, they're just like, what? Oh no, he went straight to Jay. That's what it was. He was
Right, right.
just,
It went to Jay.
yeah,
Okay.
he was just like, and then he kind of just told everyone else, and it was just like, okay, dude, like, what are you doing?
It's like, oh well, this is what I heard. Like, why don't you just tell me? Like, come
Right
on.
after
Like,
talking to
what?
Will.
Like, why
So,
don't you just tell me? And Will's just like walking out. He's like, what the fuck are you doing? He's like, why?
yeah,
And he's just like, okay.
Will played it well. Ken just played it really bad. Honestly, like in his defense, Will probably should have gone to someone that was more inclined to keep it secret, like David or Adam, or even
Mhm.
Hannah. Like they would have been more inclined to like not
He did
tell.
that to build. He did that to build trust with Ken
Yeah,
because Ken was big on the trust thing. I know why he did it, but
yeah,
it's just
yeah,
all Ken. Ken just made the biggest mistake there.
yeah. And like looking 2020, he probably should have talked to somebody else and not force him. But like, if you really want to take control in general. But yeah, Will I think he could easily flip flop back and forth, and people are starting to see it as we saw in the preview. But yeah, so yeah, and then Zeke going home with the idol. Like Zeke going home, that was huge.
Yeah, and
Oh,
Chris and I predicted it. We
yeah.
did. Woo!
I felt like it was too soon. Like when he got his torch snuffed, I'm like, I felt like that was just not. His game. He had a lot of game left to play.
And
Like
that's why he's coming back.
yes, yep,
And same with Michaela. So I feel like they're bringing the right people back.
yes. Like their games definitely just got cut short. Like I don't think there's any way else to describe it.
Yeah, and unexpectedly so. Like
Yeah.
real.
Like we had no clue Adam was gonna play the idol. No
I
clue.
I thought he might have just like deep down. I was like, Adam still has an idol. Maybe he's gonna do something.
Yeah.
But I thought he would use it incorrectly.
Yeah.
But no, they nailed it.
Yeah. Like
And
it was another like audience blindside, like what they did with Jeremy in season 29, where like they
mhm.
mentioned Jeremy once before Tribal, and they're like, yeah, it might be too soon. They didn't talk about Jeremy at all during Tribal, and then his name just comes up like four times. My voice just cracked twice. That's how good it was. But
That's how
like it,
excited you are.
yeah, like oh my gosh, like when they do that to us, that just makes it so much better. Like
Yeah, it does. I love those edits.
yeah.
But and then they'll probably show us like how that came into fruition because I think he also blindsided his alliance.
Yeah, a bit. Like I don't think David and Hannah had any clue, or Ken for that matter, had any clue. David might have told David that he was thinking about it, just to consult as to what he should do. But I think ultimately it just came down to what Adam wanted to do, and he chose to play it on Hannah, and I think that was the smart move. So
Yep. They went for Hannah 2 weeks in a row, which
I
is
know which was weird. What is Hannah doing?
I think Zeke just has like a vendetta against her because like they were so close, and then she just decides to go with David instead of him, and he's just kind of like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he should have just gone for the jugular. Just get out, David. Like he's the guy that's going to be able to sway people. Hannah's not going to be able to do that. Ken's not going to be able to do that. Adam's not going to be able to do that. It's going to be David. So get out, David, while you can, and just hope and pray that they don't have an idol. So like,
yeah, that's all you can really do. And
yeah,
and then, I mean, if they do have the idol, it's just it's luck basically that they found it. Well, that David found it anyway. The second one, still ridiculous.
Yeah, and like
it the day after.
Yeah, and now like both Adam and David can go search for an idol, and they both know what it would look like when they find it. Like it's in something. There's going to be a symbol stamped on it. So it's I don't see. I can see either one finding it.
Exactly. All right, so it goes down to I believe, so Adam decides to stand up after the vote. They all have some little discussions, and it's just basically like, oh, well, where's Will going to vote? Even at home, we all knew it was basically, he was, based on his answers, he was sticking with Zeke, and he was nodding at everything they said, so it was pretty obvious through that edit. Obviously, if they were trying to keep it a little suspenseful, they would have not edited that way.
Yeah.
So that's why I was thinking, okay, something's a little. And then they have the vote, and Adam stands up, takes it out, uses the idol on Hannah, and then it's a 5-4 vote for Hannah, and then it ends up being 4-0 for Zeke, and it's very interesting. And Zeke takes it pretty well. It's like, well, that's the game, later, guys, good luck.
Yeah. And I'm sure he's I'm sure he really wanted to stay, and I've read some interviews about him. Like apparently Chris was pretty PO'd at him for blindsiding him, but
it's not surprising.
But he I'm glad Zeke's back. Next season just because he really deserves it. It's gonna be interesting how he plays considering it's All-Stars, and there's a lot of strategists that do really well with people. Namely like Suri and like both of the Sierras for that matter, and like people are probably gonna like say like, oh, not both, just Sierra Easton, and like no, both of the Sierras actually did well. I mean, the other Sierra worked with people who she hated the entire game, and she didn't get voted out till final 5. That's nuts. So like most people would go insane.
Did they reveal anyone else that's gonna be on it?
They revealed the whole cast by accident, but like Ozzy's coming back. Yeah,
Ozzy's coming back.
I cannot see Ozzy and Zeke getting along whatsoever. I can see Zeke and Malcolm getting along well together, but Ozzy is gonna have a rough time next season.
Well, we'll see. But Suri's back too.
Yeah, Suri's back too. I'm super pumped for that because I don't count Heroes versus Villains for her game. But
that's fair. Yeah. All right.
And then Sandra's back too, so that'll be cool. See if she wins again. Third time.
Damn, that's crazy. All right, so all these All-Stars coming back is going to be pretty exciting, and I get to meet a lot of these people for the first time in the coming months because I'll be watching those seasons.
Yeah.
Which I'm happy with. All right, so I guess we'll end it off there. Do you want to do any predictions on who's going to go out next?
Based off the way they've been editing it, like with the previews, like pretty solidly, where they're like, oh yeah, this person's probably gonna go. So like I think Will, if they're gonna keep on track with this edit, Will's gonna go next, unless Shay plays an idol. So
right, yeah, I'm gonna guess Will too, just based on the edit. Although with the edit's misleading, like it a little bit was last time, but not really so. But it's just
not really,
Yeah, just in the way that it happened, I guess.
The leading to the end result was correct. What actually happened that resulted in that result
was wrong.
Yeah. So I think will probably go.
All right. So we'll end it here, and thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Nate, you want to give them your Twitter?
At Hatzmania, HATZ Mania. That's it.
All right, and thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Please let us know what you think. Let us know who you think is going to be going on Wednesday. If you're watching this after Wednesday for some reason, let us know if we were right or wrong. All right, until next time, guys. Peace.
See you later.